In the quiet outskirts of Yokohama stand rows of silent, anonymous metal buildings. These self-storage facilities are modern-day treasure chests, holding things we can't part with but have no room for. Each locked door is a mystery, a story paused in time. What lies behind them? Remnants of a happy life, a failed business, or a secret someone wished to bury. These warehouses are repositories of memory, holding echoes of countless untold stories. The air inside is cool and still, carrying the faint scent of cardboard and dust. The silence is profound, broken only by a distant rumble or metallic clang. Each unit is a small, sealed world. Behind one door could be a student's belongings. Behind another, a family's entire home. The allure is not just about finding valuable items. It's about the thrill of the unknown. These places represent the transient nature of modern life. We accumulate so much, yet have so little space. But what happens when the past is abandoned? When the rent stops being paid and the owner vanishes? The contents become unclaimed property, entering a strange limbo. This is where storage auctions begin, turning forgotten memories into potential fortunes. The auction is a ritual of suspense, a gamble on the hidden potential of another person's forgotten life. In Japan, storage auctions are governed by strict rules. When rent stops, the facility owner sends notices, makes calls, and emails, giving the renter a chance to reclaim their property. If contact fails, the unit is declared abandoned. The lock is cut, and the contents become the facility's property, to be sold to recover lost rent. The auction process is swift. Bidders gather, understanding the rules. They get a brief look inside but can't touch anything. They must judge the value based on a fleeting glimpse. A unit might look promising but could be full of junk. Bidders place offers quickly. The highest wins the contents. They pay in cash and everything inside becomes theirs. They've bought a small, sealed piece of someone's life. On a crisp autumn morning in 2024, bidders gathered at a storage facility in Tama Hills. The mood was one of quiet anticipation. Among them was Kaito Tanaka, a part-time reseller. He wasn't looking for a life-changing score, just a modest profit. The auctioneer moved down the line of units. Unit 734 was opened, revealing an ordinary scene. Neat and well-organized, it contained a dozen cardboard boxes and simple furniture. Most bidders lost interest, seeing it as low risk, low reward. But Kaito saw potential in the uniformity and neatness. Sometimes, the most unassuming units held the most interesting items. He decided to place a small bid. He wasn't expecting treasure, but was curious about the story the boxes might tell. As others lost interest, he prepared his modest offer. The auction began without much fanfare. Kaito's quiet confidence won him the unit for 15,000 yen. The auction for Unit 734 began quietly. The auctioneer started at 10,000 yen. Silence followed, as other bidders dismissed it as a waste of time. Kaito raised his hand, bidding 10,000. Another bidder countered with 12,000. Kaito responded with 15, his confidence putting the other off. The auctioneer scanned the crowd. 15,000 yen, going once, twice. Sold. To Kaito, the gentleman in the blue jacket. The transaction took less than a minute. Kaito felt a quiet thrill, satisfied with following his gut. He paid, received a key, and had 48 hours to clear the unit. Alone with his acquisition, he looked into the dusty space. The boxes sat silent and mysterious. The real work and discovery were about to begin. Later, Kaito returned with his truck to clear Unit 734. He moved the light furniture first, then turned to the heavy boxes. Expecting old textbooks or ledgers, he was shocked by what he found. The boxes were filled with manila folders, each a complete personal file. Passports, licenses, bank statements, and medical records for different people. His curiosity turned to shock and dread. This was a database of human lives, not personal effects. Names, addresses, financial and health records, staggering in volume and detail. A fraudster's dream, a privacy nightmare. Kaito realized he held the keys to hundreds of lives. Who collected this information, and why was it abandoned? He was in possession of a massive, dangerous collection of personal data. His profitable afternoon turned into a serious ethical and legal dilemma. He sat on his truck's bumper, the scale of his discovery sinking in. The information could destroy lives if misused. Kaito faced a profound responsibility. Kaito knew he couldn't discard or sell the documents. He contacted the police, but they explained no crime was committed. The unit was legally abandoned, and the auction was lawful. Kaito owned the documents, but not the identities they represented. A legal gray zone, he owned the paper, but not the information. A lawyer advised secure destruction of the documents. The law treated sensitive data like any other property. Kaito's discovery highlighted a massive legal loophole. Personal data could be sold to a stranger with no obligation to protect it. The law offered no protection for the people in those files. Kaito realized this was a systemic failure, putting everyone at risk. Kaito took a bold step, contacting a journalist with his story. He wanted the public and lawmakers to understand the danger. The story was published, sparking a firestorm of debate. People were shocked their private information could be sold at auction. Citizens demanded action from their representatives. The story highlighted a gap in privacy laws. Lawmakers were forced to address the issue. The debate was intense, with calls for reform. Personal identity information needed special legal protection. Kaito's discovery set in motion a powerful legislative process. In response to public pressure, the Japanese government acted swiftly. A committee drafted amendments to privacy and property laws. The goal was to close the loophole without crippling storage auctions. The Privacy Protection Act of 2027 was passed. It distinguished between general property and sensitive personal documents. Ownership of sensitive information couldn't be transferred. New procedures for storage auctions were established. Facility owners must identify and secure personal documents. Buyers must notify owners if they find sensitive documents. The law changed storage auctions, prioritizing privacy over profit. The story of Unit 734 shows how a small event can create profound change. Kaito Tanaka became an unlikely hero, exposing a legal vulnerability. His integrity forced a conversation about identity in the modern world. The Privacy Protection Act of 2027 protects personal information. Storage auctions are now safer, with rules prioritizing dignity over convenience. The discovery in Unit 734 led to enlightenment and reform. Society confronted an uncomfortable truth, building a stronger privacy wall. The contents of the unit were destroyed, but their impact endures. Thanks to Kaito's choice, identities remain protected. The law now recognizes that while you can sell possessions, you can't sell a life. This legacy is worth more than any storage unit's contents. One man's choice ensured a forgotten past wouldn't compromise the future.